afternoon to Dr. Baru and everyone. We are from Group 12 and we will discuss about the trade credit on industry product and service. We have 5 members, which is Ao Yijian, Mi Ko Mei Teng, Nurul Salita binti Aman, Tan Ki Seong, and Cai Gao Xiang. And I will present about introduction. Trade credit is a business-to-business agreement whereby allow a client to buy goods without having to pay until later. According to global trade financing statistics, nearly 90% of countries, including Malaysia, depend on trade credit for financing. Besides, about question 1, why Malaysia company use trade credit instead of bank financing? It's because where trade credit is probably the easy type of short-term borrowing for company. Company that using credit are able to obtain more inventory order from client and advantage from economy of scale. Thus, by using the extra money, the company able to produce high margin and larger offer by purchasing goods in larger quantity. In addition, trade credit is an equity type that related to the active trading of goods. As a result, neither the import or the export do not need to divide their working capital to trade credit, which may simplify the cash flow process. Furthermore, trade credit suggests that some company can utilize the money to finance the development of new and future line of company by emphasizing its technology, strategy, and equipment. That's all from me. I will pass to the next presenter. Thank you.
I'm going to present a literary review of this report. Most of the companies with higher trade credit in most scenarios use their cash offer to obtain credit instead of using their stock. This report investigates the effect of merger and acquisition on getting credit score. Trade credit, considered an alternative to the credit rating, generally show the credibility of the firm in the case where the firm would need extra cash to fund its activity. The stability of firm and business with a high social trust, which make them able to obtain trade credit, depends on several variables, such as Tobin's Q, firm liquidity, and firm size. According to Young 2019, these variables affect the trust of a company and are directly linked to the credit limit set for the company. The firm size represents the asset that can be liquidated. Liquidity is also a factor that affects the company's credit limit, as it shows how likely the company can be insolvent and it unable to fund their asset. Topic Q is also a tangible asset to the replacement support and play a necessary role in setting the firm's credit limit. Next, we are going to discuss question 2. Discuss the factor that affect trade credit. Whenever the trade credit agreement is made between the supplier and buyer, a limit is formed. Dependent on several factors, the credit terms differ from business and industry when these factors are considered. Therefore, regression analysis is carried out to find the relationship between trade credit and these factors: cash flow, tangible asset, and firm size. Pearson square method empirical analysis is used to find the connection with significant at p-value less than 0.05. The relationship between Tobin Q and trade credit generate a p-value of 0.05x, which means that there is a probability that around 6% of the effect occurs. Since the significant level is at 5%, the null hypothesis should not be rejected, showing a positive correlation. Tobin Q, the tangible asset market value ratio to the replacement value. When the Tobin ratio is more significant than 1.0, the company or business does not use trade credit. If the trade credit is less than 1.0, the company trade credit limit can be set based on Tobin Q ratio. Besides that, the output result for the correlation of firm size and trade credit generate a p-value of 0.084. The significant level is 0.05. Thus, the firm size is a positive correlation. Therefore, the null hypothesis should not be rejected. The firm size is calculated using its total asset, and the limit for the trade credit is directly proportional to the firm size, which can lead to the expansion of the business. Lastly, the p-value for the result cash flow is 0.02, which is less than the significant level set at 5%. Therefore, we reject this non-hypothesis since an alternative hypothesis exists. When a business offers credit to its customer on a product or service, the cash flow drops since the credit given to the customer and consider an amount receivable rather than a cash payment. I'll pass to next presenter. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum and hi, my name is Linda. I will continue to question 3, impact of trade credit on companies' profitability and values. So for this relationship, we use 3 variables, which is trade credit, profitability, and market value. We have 2 relationship between trade credit and profitability, and trade credit with market value. Let's see the first relationship. First relationship between trade credit and profitability. Profitability, we use ROE, return on equity. Based on the regression statistic, they have no relationship between trade credit and profitability. The second relationship between trade credit and market size. On the market size, we choose Tobin Q. As you can see in the regression statistic, they have no relationship between trade credit and market size, which is the Tobin Q. That's it for me. Thank you.
Good day, doctor. My name is Cai Gao Xiang, and my mention number is 278-694. And I will continue my group presentations by introducing Arman jet score model. So what is Arman jet score model? Arman jet score models is an indicator to estimate the likelihood that a company would fail in following 2 years. So basically, Aman score have 3 rules. So first is the just score values is 3 and above. The just score value show 3 and above is indicates that the business is in good spot and is not likely to declare bankruptcy. And second is just score between 1.8 and 3. So the just score between 1.8 and 3 is indicate that the business is in gray area with a substantial chance to declare bankruptcy. And third is the just score below 1.8. So just score below 1.8 is means that the company might face financial difficulty and have a substantial likelihood of insolvency for the frames. So next, in our assignments, we had already do the investigations for the 10 appointed company. So we found that 4 out of 10 companies is in safe area, which is their just score is more than 3. So to look at the company itself more clearly, so I will use one examples to explain it. So in this case, I will use Dongguan. So Dongguan Industry Berhad is the plastic manufacturers which produce plastic packagings for a variety of industry. So according to Aman just score, Dongguan Industry Berhad overall have a good result between 2017 and 2021 because all the result shows is more than 3, which means that the company is in safe area. So the index decreased from 4.07 to 3.26 in 2017 to 2018 is because the company's long-term debt is increasing. So the company used the long-term debt to buy fixed asset actually. So however, in 2019, the just score value is increased 0.27 to 3.53. So the reason is because the company profit before tax, which is EBIT or EBIT, is rise. So in 2020, the company just score values continue increase to 3.98. This is due to the company's EBIT or EBIT continue rise in 2020. But unfortunately, Dongguan Industry Berhad cannot continue the rise trends in 2021. This is because they only record 3.72 just score values in 2021. And the reason is because the company current liability is increasing dramatically from 2020 to 2021. So next, we found that they got 3 out of 10 companies is in gray to safe zone or totally in gray zone. So here I also use one example, which is VS Industry Berhad. So VS Industry Berhad was listed in 1998, and VS is one of the major provider of integrated electronic manufacturing services, which is EMS in Malaysia. So according to Aman just score model, VS Industry Berhad overall is in good result, except the year 2017, which in that the value is only 2.4, which is in gray zone. This is because the company recorded low working capitals in 2017 and also high liabilities in 2017. From 2017 to 2018, the just score values has increased from 2.4 in gray zone to 3.02 in safe zone. After years 2018, the just score value continues to rise from 3.02 until 4.81 until 4.81, and the time frame is between 2018 to 2021. So this is because there is a graduate uptrend for retained earnings and also the working capital. So that's why the company can have a continuous rise trends or uptrends from 2018 to 2021. So next, we found that 2 out of 10 companies is in distress zone. So we found that 2 out of 10 companies is in distress zone, which is their just score values between 0 to 1.8. So here I also use my example, which is Sunway Berhad. So Sunway Berhad actually is an international holding corporate based in Malaysia, and Sunway Berhad actually ventures in constructions, healthcare, educations, retails, and also hospitality sectors. So according to just score models, Sunway Berhad overall have a bad results from 2017 to 2021. Because all of the results show is lower than 1.8, which means that the company is in dangerous area. So the just score value decreased from 1.11 to 1 in 2017 to 2018 is because the company current liability has climbed. And the results in 2019 continue drop until 0.97. And the reason is because the company current liability is continued rise. So in 2020, the company's situation become more worse because the just score value has goes down until 0.9. So this is due to COVID-19 pandemic caused the company recorded negative working capitals. However, the just score values for Sunway Berhad has increased to 1.08 in 2021. So this is because the company working capitals has increased from negative to positive. So we also found 1 out of 10 companies is in abnormal area, which is UCHI. UCHI Technology Berhad actually is in safe zone because the just score value is more than 3. But however, the results more than the just score values is more than 10, we consider is abnormal situations. So why UCHI Technology Berhad can record a high just score value until more than 10. So this is because their profit margin is very high. So this means that they can utilize their asset to generate high income or high sales. So from the sales, they also can generate high net profit. So that's why their profit margins can be very high. So from the latest annual report, UCHI can generate around 55% profit margin, and this situation actually is less happen in any listed company. So looking for their previous financial years, UCHI technology perhaps actually show the same performance. That's why you can see from 2017 until 2021, the just score value for UCHI technology perhaps actually is more than 10 and consistently around 10 until 13. So that's all for me. I will pass to the next presenter. Thank you.
Now we come to summary. The reason why we use trade credit is because it is the easiest type of short-term borrowing for company, and it simplifies the cash flow process and will help to finance the development of new and future lines of company. And we also know that the major variables of trade credit are Tobin skill, capital adequacy, liquidity, and fund management. And the Tobin skill, for it will detect the limit for the trade credit. And the market size and the profitability will not affect the change of trading market. And for inside the 10 companies we researched in our score model, there are 4 in safe zone, 2 in gray, between gray and safe zone, 2 between gray and distress zone, and 1 in gray zone, and 1 in the safe zone, but it's an abnormal situation when it compares to the other 10 companies. And that's all for our group. Thank you.